I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not really that big of a fan of Harry Potter and the Wizarding World. I watched maybe like the first 3 movies. I mean, I can't even tell you if it was like the first 2 movies or the first 3 movies, and that's about it. However, thanks to the gameplay leading up to the game's release and, you know, the footage we saw, despite not being a fan of the source material, Hogwarts Legacy won me over on the gameplay alone. So I got it. But what do I think about this game? Well, let's find out. Hi guys, DPX here reviewing today Hogwarts Legacy. Now before we get started, you know what to do. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell, leave a comment, or I will cast a really bad spell on you.
There's the Hogwarts Express. Must be returning from an unscheduled run.
Starting off with the good, there is a lot in Hogwarts Legacy. If there is any word I can use to describe this game, it's massive. Hogwarts Legacy has an open world that is one of the biggest and most expensive ones I've ever seen. It really feels like there is an endless amount of things you can do. All the side quests, relationship quests, and of course main quests. I'm not really a side quests guy, like I don't usually play the side quests in games, but I honestly got lost doing so many side quests in this game. I also really like the gameplay. The movement feels nice and smooth, and the combat is very unique. The way the combat works is you obviously don't punch and kick or anything, but you use your wand to cast spells. There are many spells that you can unlock throughout the game, and even that gives you more incentive to do all the side quests. In addition to the combat, there is a lot of flying in this game. You can either use a broomstick, of course, but also the bird that I kinda unfortunately forgot the name of. The flying mechanics also feel very smooth and really cool, and sometimes I'm not even doing anything except for flying around because it's just so much fun. And the game is absolutely beautiful. And that leads me to my next positive. Visually, the game is just so beautiful. Visually, Hogwarts Legacy is probably one of the best looking games, at least in a while, and in terms of the visual style, it's no slouch either. The game also has a lot of customization options. The details when customizing your character is better than pretty much any other game I've ever played. I also like the characters, and the story is pretty neat too. I'm not the biggest fan of Harry Potter, so the story didn't mean too much to me, but it was still interesting. There is a lot to love in Hogwarts Legacy.
Yes, sir. I'm starting school as a 5th year.
How extraordinary. It is indeed. None of the faculty has ever heard of anyone being admitted to Hogwarts so late.
Nor have I.
While, spoiler alert, the good to Hogwarts Legacy far outweighs the bad, there are still some things that I'm mixed on, and even flat out didn't like. Starting with the mixed, and this isn't stuff that's that bad, but rather stuff I'm simply not the biggest fan of, or something that you should be aware of. Starting off, my first mixed thing, and I know I just praised it, but it's the story. Not that bad, but like I said, I can't get too attached to the story, and while it was interesting, some of the dialogue kind of went on a little too long. That's really my only mixed thing.
Oh.
On to the bad. I mentioned that I really liked doing the side quests, but I would much rather do the main quests. That is not really much of an issue, but it becomes an issue when the main objectives don't update, so I'm stuck only doing side quests until main objectives magically update again. Wow, I just made a pun without realizing. On top of that, there are certain main quests that won't let you start unless you are at a certain level of XP. And if you are at, say, like level 21, and this next quest requires you to be at 22, you have to grind for XP. That's not inherently bad, but when I say grind, it's a fucking grind. And I don't mean that in a good way. You see, you'll gain more XP very slowly, which means you'll have to be fighting a lot of enemies and catching a lot of flying pages. And it gets even worse when you're at level 20 and the next quest says to be at level 22. So, good luck. One more bad thing is the glitches. Usually I don't let glitches bother me too much, but while they were few and far between, there were some annoying glitches. One such glitch, unfortunately, I didn't capture it, so you'll just have to take my word on it. But at one point, I was going through a corridor and the game effectively just stopped. I couldn't move, I couldn't cast any spells, I couldn't even pause the damn game. All I was able to do was slightly move the camera and press the home button, to which I did that and closed the game and reopened it, and luckily nothing got lost and the glitch didn't happen again. But that's pretty bad. But other than that, nothing really too bad, to be honest.
This must be it. The store of magic and the source of Ranrock's power.
While grinding is a major issue in Hogwarts Legacy that did bother me a lot, it's not enough to hinder the game for me, as this hits basically every other aspect. I'm gonna say something that might sound bold, but I mean it. While it's definitely not perfect, we need more games like Hogwarts Legacy. And even me, who watched either the first 2 or the first 3 Harry Potter films and don't consider myself a fan of the wizarding world, even I found myself enjoying the shit out of this game. And full transparency, I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason this review is going up so late is because I've just been having so much fun playing this game. That being said, I'm gonna give Hogwarts Legacy a 9 out of 10. And yeah, that'll be my review for Hogwarts Legacy. What do you guys think about the game? Keep it civilized down below. Do you like the game? Do you not like the game? Do you have the game? Do you not have the game? And if you don't have the game, do you want the game? Do you not want the game? Anything about the game, let me know down below. Anyways, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, or I will cast a really bad spell on you. Bye!